Hello everyone, welcome to another award-winning edition of the Locker Room Chat. I'm John Williams and we are live here at the BBB TV Communications Studio here in a beautiful Oak Ridge, Tennessee in the historic Grove Center. And our guest tonight we're pleased to have with us Jason Leonard, the assistant head coach of the Clinton Middle School Hawks. And Jason, welcome to the chat and congratulations.
Thank you, John, for having me.
I'm glad you could come in, and many people out there watching know you, Jason, and I'm sure they'll call in tonight with your questions or comment. But Jason was a really good player for the Dragons back in '92 and 91, 92, played on the state runner-up team, the most successful team in Clinton Dragon football history, and we'll touch on that a little bit later on in the show. But right now, we're going to talk a little bit about Clinton Middle School football. And as I mentioned, Jason is the assistant head coach for the Middle School Hawks. And Jason, before we get into that, just talk a little bit about yourself.
Like you said, I played at Clinton, lived in Clinton my whole life, grew up here. Know a lot of people in Clinton, Oak Ridge, Anderson County. I work here in Oak Ridge at Y12. Real fortunate to have a good job. And football kind of, in my opinion, paved the way to where I got to, so I try to give back to these kids. I think if I didn't play football, I don't know where I'd be today, to be honest with you. So.
You certainly played very well with the Dragons, and as I mentioned, we're here in the Grove Center, and the phone lines are open, as you see there. Please call in with your question or comment. Here at the Grove Center, did you ever see a movie over at the Grove Theater?
Yeah, that makes me feel really old.
Right, me too. Go way back on that, and even took my wife, and before we got married, we went on a date, saw a movie. Saw Days of Thunder of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
So don't get much better than that.
No.
The phone lines are already lighting up, so let's take that call. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Oh, yeah. My question's for Coach Leonard. First of all, I would like to congratulate Coach Leonard on his promotion from the VSB to middle school. I know his knowledge will carry over to the middle school kids and will be a great asset. Also, Coach, if by chance we can get away from the restrictions of COVID-19, how and what measures do you conduct your practice? I'll hang up and listen to your answer.
That was your longtime buddy there, Jerry Graham.
Oh, I kind of had a little hard of hearing.
Thanks for calling in, Jerry. Jerry played for Clinton. I think he was a captain.
Yeah, he was an always Tennessee player.
He was just welcoming you. He was glad to see you back with the Clinton Middle School, and his question was concerning the COVID-19. What kind of restrictions y'all having?
Wow. Well,
how y'all going about setting that up?
The CDC and the school board and Dr. Parrott, Miss Owens, and Miss Householder, they all had a meeting. They laid down the parameters for us to follow. So I think we got 2 weeks. We didn't have any issues, but it's an adjustment, especially with football. A lot of cleaning. Kids have to bring their own water bottles. It's kind of hard to do football 6 foot apart.
So y'all were doing just mainly conditioning?
Yeah, mainly conditioning and trying to evaluate what kind of players we got.
Setting up some fundamentals.
Yeah.
We got another call. Let's take it. Go ahead, caller. You're in the locker room chat with...
Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
Hi.
Say, Anthony.
Anthony.
How you doing, Anthony?
Hey, good. Guess what? Do you want me to help you this year?
Sure, Anthony. We'll get you out there.
Okay.
Anthony is a water man, as Coach Keith calls him, for the Dragons.
Yeah.
I know he helped.
Yeah, you're right about that, Slippy. You're right about that one.
I know he's helped the middle school in the past as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony's a big supporter of both schools.
All right, Anthony, thank you for calling in.
All right. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. Speaking of supporters, Jason, you're a big supporter of the youth football in the area, in Clinton area. You coached for many years with the Optimus program. You've been with the middle school several years. You even helped with the high school. You've been down to help with Norwood Middle School, and I'd like to thank you for that. And if you could, the new coach for the middle school Hawks this year is Brandon Ward. And Brandon could not be with us here tonight, and he graciously said Jason could come in and speak on his behalf. But Brandon Ward's the new coach for the Clinton Middle School Hawks, and I've heard just good things about him. Everything's been really positive, and you would talk a little bit about Coach Ward.
I've had a chance to know Coach Ward for about 4 months now. When they was doing the coaching search, when Coach Hammock decided to move up to the high school. Brandon's a super nice guy. I mean, got to talk football, X and O's with him. We're on the same page with about everything we do. He's from Upper Michigan, like way up in Upper Michigan.
The Upper Peninsula?
Yeah, Upper Peninsula. He served as a head coach there for 2 years, and then a year as a middle school coach. He was also the athletic director there. Him and his wife, they both reside in Knoxville. But he's actually in the school system. He's employed as the physical education teacher at Claxton Elementary School. So to me, that's good. I've coached the middle school before. No knock on any coach that's ever been there before, but it's always good to have a teacher, you know, a guy that can get there. So, because in middle school, you get a lot of volunteer coaches. I mean, it's not a. So, but Brandon, he's great. I think the community's going to be happy with him, and I know the kids love him. If most kids play for me, I'm kind of in your face, yell, scream, kind of coach. Brandon we kind of mesh well. He's kind of the opposite of me, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I talked to Coach Ward the other day, and he was really bragging on you, saying you was a really good resource for him. You know, a lot of the kids that are on the team now, you coached some last year in the Optimus program. Some of those kids have came up, plus you know a lot of the other kids on the team and their families. So he's really grateful that you were there to help him get started.
Yeah, I know like I said, a lot of the families, Clinton's a small community, so everybody knows everybody. So, but yeah, I was pretty fortunate last year. I got to help Clinton Optimus. I always played and coached at South Clinton, so I went to Norwood 1 year. So I've kind of been everywhere but Claxton. So maybe Tracy Wandell can get me over there sometime, and I'll help over at the Blue Devils.
Or Jasper.
Yeah.
Jasper Young probably hook you up. Going back to Coach Ward, he mentioned that he coached 8-man football last year up in Michigan. Of course, it's a small school he was at, so they really don't have that many players enough where they can play 11-man football. But played 8-man football, but he said it incorporates a lot of the things in regular football. You know, you can still have 3 wide and just limited with 3 less players, but. Talk a little bit about that.
I think it's a bonus. Like I said, I mean, his passing schemes and his sets are a little bit, he's had to think outside the box playing 8-man football. I've never, been around it or anything, but he seems to, I think it's going to be an asset. Mm-hmm. Coach is going to do, Brandon's going to do the offense. kids are really excited about the style of offense he's going to run. I think everybody's going to have fun. And
What kind of offense
I
will
can't
y'all
tell-
be running?
I can't tell everybody. Sleeping, everybody's watching.
Right.
But it's going to be spread. You know, some power football. I mean, like I said, we're running what fits the kids. I mean, that's the key. I mean, we're not college. We can't recruit, you know, somebody to fit a scheme. We just, you know, run what best fits the kids and make sure they're having fun. Because if it's not fun, they're not going to play. So.
Right. There's a real good article in this week's Clinton Courier's interview with Brandon Ward, the new coach for the middle school Hawks, and Colin Riggs, sports editor, did a real good job. I was reading that before it came down, and you know, Coach Ward, he mentioned a little bit about there's been some turnover at the middle school level for Clinton, and he sounds like he's wanting to be here for a while and build a program.
Yeah, he's wanting to stay. That's key. I mean, it's hard to be successful when you got a different coach every other year. So that's good for the kids. And like I said, I think it's a huge factor that he's in the school system. I mean, you know, he can be there. You know, I think Claxton gets out at 2:30, so he can be there. And, you know, maybe possibilities down the road he could end up at Clinton Middle School, you know, in their PE program. But I think that's key.
Yeah, the Hawks, y'all been really competitive program over the years. You know, last year Coach Hammock, but there's been that turnover factor. You know, Coach Hammock, year before that, he was telling me Coach Woodard was there. You've also had Coach Troy Price. I guess he's probably been there the longest while he was there. He was coached maybe 4 or 5 years, I think.
Yeah, Troy done a great job. And like I said, I coached there with the late Brian Justice. I went to school with him. He passed away, unfortunately, about, I think, 2 years ago. And then I coached there with Robbie Harrell. So.
Right, there's been a lot of talent coming through Clinton Middle School, and there's a good crop coming up this year for Coach Keith. But going back to that stability factor, that's really key. That's great that Coach Ward wants to be at Clinton Middle and to help the high school with the feeder program. He said that's his biggest thing. Most important thing is help the high school, he said. And you know, he was really appreciative of Coach Keith. Coach Keith's going to let him do his own thing, you know, just adapt his talent to his system, and that's key. And you know, you look up there at Norris Middle School with Richie Noe, and he's been there forever, I think. And,
yeah, Coach Noe's getting ancient up there.
Right, and you know, they've been very successful, and I think, you know, that bleeds into the Maverick football program as well. So stability is good. You know, if you don't think it is, just look at the University of Tennessee. You know how many coaches we've had in the last decade, so it's not good. It's good to have stability in your program. Let's go to the lines. We got another call. Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat.
Coach, you there?
Yes, we're here. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I was just wondering if we going to see some hammer on offense this year. Back when you helped Coach Harold, y'all were so good because you ran the hammer on offense. I want to see that. Will I get to see some of that hammer this year?
You're going to bring the hammer.
Well, we always plan to bring the hammer. I mean,
Is that what you're talking about, caller?
Yeah, the hammer.
You're going to bring the hammer to the defense, right?
Yeah.
Right. Coach Leonard, he likes that. He's a very aggressive coach, and Coach Ward was talking about that when I talked to him on the phone. That Jason is really aggressive, but at the same time, he's good with the kids.
Yeah, I remember Coach Leonard back when he was in high school. He was the 9th or 10th best player on that team, and I tell you what, he was pretty good.
Right, he was an outstanding linebacker for the Dragons. Pretty sure he led the team in tackles.
Wow.
Him and Rhodey probably battling for that, weren't
yeah,
they?
Rhodey.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller, for calling in. And phone lines are really lit up right now,
I'm having a hard
so
time hearing.
let's take another call. Go ahead, Coach. Not Coach, but caller. Go ahead. Question or comment for Coach Leonard.
Hey, John, it's Troy Price. How you doing, buddy? I'm calling to congratulate Coach Leonard on his middle school promotion. I see he's wearing the black and blue. I was just wondering if that's going to be their colors, or they're going to keep the orange and black, and if they've moved their practices up to the middle school, or how much they're going to be working with the high school. I'll hang up and listen to your answer. See you, buddy.
Thank you, calling in, Troy. Former Clinton Middle School Hawk coach Troy Price.
We decided to go back to the black and blue. I think the middle school kids, me and Brandon talked it over, we both agreed they needed their own identity. So we went back to the black and blue, the same logo that's on the front of the school entrance. As for going to the high school, no, we will be practicing back at the middle school. Not that we're not welcome at the high school, but Coach Keith, he's got enough on his plate as it is with his players, and could be a distraction with his players, and it could be a distraction to our players because they're going to spend most of their time wanting to watch the high school kids. So
also you have the COVID-19, so you probably need as less people there as possible.
Yeah, appreciate you calling, Troy.
Possibly down the road, I could probably see that happening. Go ahead and take another call. Hello, caller. You're on the locker room chat with Coach Jason Leonard, Clinton Middle School Hawks.
I have a question for Coach. Can you name some key players for us today?
Man.
Key players?
We got a lot of key players, I think. A lot of young kids. Coach Hammock must have had a very 8th grade laden team last year because we got a lot of 6th and 7th graders just going to step up. I'm a big team guy, so I don't really like calling any player out, but we're a good looking team. They're going to be young, but there's a lot of good players out there. We got some size on the line. I was really shocked that was what I was thinking about. They didn't want to have a line, but I think our strength's going to be the offense, the defensive line. We do have a 6'3" wide receiver, which is pretty amazing in middle school. Got some good young quarterbacks. Both of them will be 7th graders. Got some good linebackers. It looks pretty bright. I think our weakness is probably overall team speed. But no, I don't want to single out any of my guys because, I like every one of my kids and, really ain't got to see. You could be eye candy. I ain't seen them hit yet, so you got to be able to come up and tackle and block somebody. So
Y'all not been able to do any of that yet?
No, none of that at all.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in. Take this last call before we get a break. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Coach, just wanted to welcome you back to Clinton. It's good to see you back there at the Clinton Middle School. I know you've been there several different stints now. I'd like to hear who are some of the best players you've had the chance to coach there. Names we can look forward to seeing out there this year.
Somebody that I've coached recently that's playing high school or somebody.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Oh man.
Some of your
players
you've had.
I actually got the opportunity to coach Camion Patrick when he was in 8th grade. He was a pretty special player. But he was also blessed. He had a lot of people around him too. Had some good big old linemen, Dusty Smith. Coach Graham helped me that year. That team was huge.
How far back do you go, Jason, with Clinton Middle School? I know Camion was there like 2007,
Probably 2000 to 2007, 2006.
That's
And
pretty
then,
much when you started.
yeah. And then,
Did you ever coach with Scotty Harrell?
no, I never coached with Scotty. Coached with Robbie. That's when I started the first year he was there.
Well, these phone lines are really lighting up. It's good.
I am pretty excited too. I went to catch a couple of Coach Keith's practices. I saw some of my Norwood boys down there. They were doing well. I'm really excited to see those guys get after it. I mean, Clinton, that's one of the reasons I went to Norwood. Norwood's a direct feeder to Clinton High School. You know, those kids need the opportunity to play. They need just as much love as Clinton Middle School gets. So I hope anybody that lives down that area supports them just as hard as they support us.
Coach Keith, Coach Darrell Keith, go ahead. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I am very excited to have Coach Leonard here. I've heard nothing but good stuff about him, and I'm just elated to have him down there. I think he's a hell of a coach, and I think we're going to benefit from it. And I just wanted to thank him for coming in, and I'll hang up now.
Okay, Coach Keith, thank you for calling in. That was Clinton head football coach Darrell Keith, and he was just welcoming you to back to the Clinton Middle School, and he's heard a lot of good things about you, and he's just glad to have you there at Clinton Middle.
Well, I appreciate that, Coach. And like I said, I got a chance to meet Coach Keith multiple times. I've never seen anybody come here with as much passion and that he has for not just the football team, but I come from work 2 or 3 times in the summer. Coach Keith in there weed eating, cleaning the place up. You know, me being a former Dragon, seeing somebody do that, I mean, it's just amazing. And the discipline that he's set forth, I think it's going to pay dividends for Clinton. I look forward to, you know, fighting right alongside Coach Keith and the Dragons on Friday.
Right, he's taking a lot of pride in the program and the discipline. I think that's really been needed at Clinton High School, and Coach Keith, his background's really going to provide that. And you know, he was, you know, you mentioned him down there doing all that work around the campus. You know, he said he's trying to attract bees. You know, he's trying to make some honey. You know,
Yeah.
wasn't really looking that great down there. wasn't really attracting flies. You know, but he's wanting to attract bees and
Yeah.
make some honey, so make it look attractive for.
Well,
Yes.
a lot of coaches are what I call 180-day coaches, but you can tell Coach Keith's a 360-day-a-year coach, and you know, there's 365 days a year, but you got to take 5 days off for rest. So,
Yeah, he's got the dead period now. Maybe he can get a little rest in.
Yeah.
Jason Rody's telling me Coach Keith likes to sleep a lot, so I don't know about that.
I think Coach Rody's gave his fishing spots away, so maybe Coach Keith, me and him can map them out and go hit some of those spots.
Right, he knows the honey hole, huh?
He's got the map, I guess.
Okay, you got another call here. Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat with Jason Leonard.
What do you say, Sleepy? How you doing, brother?
How we doing? Who is this?
This is Eric, brother.
Oh, Eric Oaks.
Yes, sir. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, brother. Hey, I'm down here in quarantine heaven, sitting here on the dock. I got 3 catfish poles out, caught about 15 crappie today, so can't beat that.
He called about a 55-pounder about a week or so ago.
Wow.
That was about 2 weeks ago, yeah. Big old flathead catfish. That's fun.
But Eric's one of he comes in, helps me sometime, and he's a big high school football fan. He played at Coalfield, and he's just really passionate about the game
Love
of
it.
football.
Yeah, cross your fingers there, Eric. I mean, like I said, we're all still hoping that, you know, we get released to get started July the 6th like everybody else. I'm sure you are too.
I can't wait, brother. Hey, I tell you though, I'm sitting here listening to Coach talk, and he reminds me a little bit of old Lou Holtz. Oh, shucks, well, you know. But I sat here and listened, and I heard the description of the success. I heard we got a great line. We've got a 6'3" wide receiver and 2 quarterbacks. So, yeah, if you can get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, get those guys down in the box with a 6'3" guy going across the middle for a touchdown every 7 or 8 plays, I think you can win some football games.
Yeah, we hope too. And these guys are young. These guys are young too. I mean, but you know they could be Tarzan and play like Jane too. So we got to see them out here in some pads in a few weeks.
Now, I know you're not really allowed to be around, but now have y'all had the locker room open where the guys could go on their own and work out individually or anything down to school? Is that something that's been available?
Middle school, don't really know exactly what the high school's doing, so I can't really answer any of those questions. Our parameters are very, very strict. You know, we took temperature checks and kept them 6 foot apart, so we only got basically like 2 weeks of conditioning. We were excited about possibility of getting a spring practice before all this hit, so we missed out on that.
And to the best of your knowledge, none of the guys have been getting together and doing self-workouts or anything like that?
I know at the middle school level, I know we're not doing anything.
I got you. Well, I mean, it's not like the coaches are allowed to be involved, so I mean, but now, hey, right up the street, you know, y'all got a big rival right down the road, and I heard they had a few coaches got a little hairy down there with TSSAA down the street, didn't they?
I've heard some rumors at work about that, but I mean, I don't know if that's any factual or anything. But you know, around here you get all kinds of rumors up the road about everything. So
those rumors spread outside the local area. I can tell you that.
I do know one thing. One of my good friends is Mr. Ed Jackson. He's from here in Oak Ridge. I seen where his son got offered to the University of Tennessee. So I'll tell you what, Oak Ridge High School is going to be blessed this season. So congratulations to that young man. He comes from a very, very good family.
That's outstanding. Man, I'm telling you, I just can't wait. I mean, it feels like the world has just stopped, you know, and gosh, you know, I've been fishing for a month. I'm sitting down here and it says self-quarantine because you can't get COVID-19 sitting on the dock taking fish off of it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Lord, it's just awful. But, hey, speaking of Oak Ridge and the other blue team down the street from you, I hear we got a good ball game coming on BBB Friday night, replay ball game. I think it may have went into overtime. So, should be a good one there. And I appreciate you guys taking my call.
Appreciate you calling.
How's it look down in Coalfield this coming season?
Well, we graduated 14 seniors at a single-A school. That's a hard hurdle to overcome. But fortunately, in a small community like that, you know, everybody knows everybody. And from what I gather, you know, we've had some friends get together and, you know, working on timing and conditioning. I'm sure they've been staying 6 feet apart, as you well know you're supposed to do. And these kids, you know, these freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors in high school, you know, they listen to everything they're told. So they've been 6 feet apart, I'm sure, but they've been some kids down there I've seen running their tails off. So they'll be in shape. I can bet on that. And there's a lot of tradition that they're carrying on their shoulders that goes back. That's what I meant to bring. I was going to bring that up, and I don't mean for this to sound insulting in any way, and I'm not trying to come across that way, but you know, you got these blue and black colors for your middle school team. When you think of Clinton, you think of the Dragons and the tradition and the want to get to that level. And from what I gather, I've been to a few Clinton ball games. I mean, Clinton's what, 4A school, ain't it? And you got 40 kids on the football team. How many kids are percentage-wise are actually playing football down there?
Clinton's 5A.
They are 5A. And they still don't, I mean, they didn't look like they have a full squad.
I think the high school had around 60 at the beginning of the voluntary workouts there when they started back June 1st. And, you know, that's counting freshmen. I heard the numbers have dropped a little bit. You know, you always have some players that drop out, but I know Coach Keith's really working them hard, and only the tough will survive, I believe.
That's exactly right. But where I was going with that, like I said, I don't mean this in any way insulting, but that dragon pride, that drive from when you're a 6-year-old playing, cutters and hoppers football, and I'm going to speak from my experience, and you got that yellow jacket on your jersey and you got that C on your helmet. I mean, you're going to high school games on Friday night thinking, man, I'm going to be that guy one day. And they got your colors on, They're wearing your uniform, and that gives you pride because you get to wear that uniform to the game, and I don't know, it's just a sense of pride and tradition that seems like, I don't know, maybe that's just my small town, all shucks kind of guy that I am, but right. Do you get what I'm coming from, though, without trying to be a rear end?
Yeah, I do in a sense. I mean, everybody's entitled to opinion, and I mean, it may not have been the right thing going back, but, we kind of polled that. Plus, I mean, it's hard to. The school really didn't want to go away with the blue, and we definitely didn't want like a pack of Skittles. I mean, we had orange, blue, black. I mean,
right.
If you go back to Clinton history, the Clinton Junior High, they used to be blue, blue and gray. They were the Rebels, Clinton Rebels, and in the late '80s, the name got switched over to Hawks. I believe that's when it come about, or maybe not that far back, maybe.
Plus, too, I mean,
they've always been blue, though.
Plus, we have two middle school feeders. Like I said, I went to Norwood for a while. I mean, that's a great community down there. They don't get a lot of respect and a lot of love from up in Clinton, but that's our middle school feeder too. And it wouldn't be fair for Clinton Middle School to wear dragon stuff, and then the Norwood kids down there had to be Jags. So.
Right, I understand. I got you. I got that.
Been a lot of talent come out of Norwood over the year.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of great talents come out of Norwood.
Well, fellas, I appreciate y'all's time, and hey, man, let's get some football going up on in here.
I hear you.
See you guys.
Thank you, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Eric, for calling in. He's a big high school football fan. You can tell he's got the passion.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to take our first break. I think this is as long as we've ever gone without a break, but we appreciate all the calls, and so keep them coming in. But right now, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Coach Jason Leonard in just a little bit, and you're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-thru for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
Hello, I'm Jason Pollan, Chief Administrative Officer here at Roan Medical Center. Now that all of our services are open, we're so excited to welcome you back. To help ensure your safety, we've enhanced our cleaning protocols, wearing masks, screening everyone, and practicing social distancing. So although we may look a little different, we still have the same skilled professionals you've entrusted with your care all these years, because you're our #1 priority and the reason we're here. We are ready to serve your healthcare needs. Thank you.
At OEB, we know lives have changed. Parents have become teachers, and our homes are now our offices. The roads may seem empty, but people are still driving and still working. And when they get injured because someone else was careless, they know they can still depend on us. We are OEB Law, and the one thing that hasn't changed is our commitment to helping people right here at home. We're just a phone call away. 865-546-1111. OEB Law.
Tennessee Barnes & Buildings in Jacksboro is having a grand opening on Saturday, June 20th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll have pony rides, a petting zoo, free gifts, hot dogs and burgers for everyone, and a car show from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Receive anywhere between 2 and 10% off any purchase. And as always, Tennessee Barnes & Buildings offers free delivery and setup. Absolutely no credit check, and all you need are 2 IDs and a proof of income, and you're approved. Guaranteed. So join us on Saturday, June 20th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the Tennessee Barnes & Buildings grand opening. Tennessee Barnes & Buildings, 2554 Jacksboro Pike, Jacksboro.
At Earl F. Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best. and we've got the awards to prove it. We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl Duff Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews that come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
This month, all Outback, Forester, Ascent, Legacy, and Impreza models have available 0% financing with no payments for 90 days.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is your gift destination. Shop the new plush selection for that special someone. We have Bath & Body Works popular fragrances and custom gift baskets too. Live and Let Live has a wide selection of gift and home decor for any occasion, from yard flags to selected jewelry, plus much more. We have Big Orange giftware always available year-round. And don't forget to enjoy a soda fountain treat while you shop. Live and Let Live Drugstore, Gift Shop, and Soda Fountain in downtown Rockwood.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Welcome back to the locker room chat, and our guest tonight is Jason Leonard. He's the new, not new, but he's the assistant head coach for the Clinton Middle School Hawks football program. And he's been a part of that program off and on for the last 13 or so years. But we're glad he's with us. And but you know, previous caller talked about the game of the week coming up this Friday and Saturday, and Dylan's trying to track down that game, see what will be shown. That's a really good thing that Brad Jones does on Channel 12. It goes back and shows a lot of old games from over the years.
Yeah, these kids are lucky to have the opportunity of, you know, games are on TV. I mean, they got great media outlets, social outlets. Didn't have that stuff when I played.
Right, he needs to put on a 92 game, put one of those out. I wonder if he's got the Halls game, state semifinals.
I don't know.
Jason had one of the legendary runs for Clinton High School against Halls in the state semis in '92. We'll talk a little bit about that play. Then I think it was 4th down and 6, and Clinton was trailing less than a couple minutes to go.
Yeah. Just a little reverse play. I think we ran it one time. It didn't work. And I guess nobody ever seen it on tape, so Coach Gaylor come back with it. And but you know what? I was fortunate, man. I played probably with the best tailback that's probably ever come through here. And I know some Oak Ridge people will argue because they've been some stud tailbacks at Oak Ridge. So, but yes. I got the chance to play with Scotty Witt. By the way, his birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Scotty.
Birthday.
You know, when you're playing with somebody like that and they fake the hand off to him, I mean, he's going to draw like 10 guys. And then, you know, getting to play with, we just loaded, man. Ted Phillips was a beast. Benji Smith. I mean, even our quarterback. I mean, Darren.
Rhodey.
And Rhodey. You could probably put Darren at linebacker. It was pretty tough. But.
Yeah, and you ran the ball too. Jason ran that play for a touchdown. You know, everybody went with Scotty, and he come around the right end and just all the way down the sidelines. And I remember Mike Keith was there up in the press box back when he was doing the announcing for the Sports Animal. Wasn't Sports Animal back then, but he was covering the high school game of the week. And you ran for a touchdown. And, you know, several weeks after that, he had that call on the air of the promo, like a commercial they played at. I don't know how many times I heard it. And when you ran that in, you know, get the Dragons to the state championship game. So that's a very special moment there in Clinton history. But let's look, Jason, I know you're wanting to get the word out. You want some more players to come out for Clinton Middle School. And this virus going on, that might have hurt the numbers a little bit. And so how can anyone out there watching, how can they find out some more information about Clinton Middle School football?
Well, anybody's welcome to call, the central office. They can get information out. But Coach Ward's got a Facebook link. It's Clinton Hawks football, one team, one fight. Just Google that. You can get on there. He's got all the information, the dates. You can actually Google the forms, print those off for your physicals. He'll have all the COVID-19 information. Pretty handy site. I think that's what most people's doing. I think maybe when he gets back from Michigan, he may set up a Twitter account. And then, like I said, anybody can reach out to me for any info if they need it. But like I said, we're reporting back July the 6th. We'll still have those parameters unless they're waived before then.
I don't see that happening.
Well, all you can do is cross your fingers. But,
right. I mean, I hope so.
I just want to let every parent know, and I know Coach Ward want to reiterate that too, is that we're trying every way. Nobody has gave up on football, and just like the caller from Cofield said, I mean, everybody, we got to stay. I mean, we're not just throwing in the towel. So I mean, everybody's wanting to have football. I mean, we got to have football. I don't know what I would do if it wasn't no football. So.
Right. We have to learn how to live with this virus and also learn how to adapt with it.
Yeah.
You hear more and more athletes in the professional. You have heard of golf today, like 5 players and maybe some caddies too in that. And that's the most social distancing sport there is, and you got 5 of those players dropping out. And you hear more and more every day about an athlete's contracting the virus. So it's just going to take some time, and we can't shut it down. We have to live our lives, and I think that's what everybody's trying to do. But I got some information here on the classic game of the week. This week will be Anderson County at Oak Ridge. That game was played September 28, 2012, and it was an overtime thriller. So be sure and tune in this Friday night at 7 o'clock and also Saturday at 8 o'clock to watch this Anderson County at Oak Ridge game, 2012. I'm trying to think some of the players in that game. I know that had to be a real good game. Maybe Richie Noah will call in and fill us in on some of the Mavericks that started in that game. But
was that the year they had the Fox?
I think Fox was like 2014, 2015, 13 right there. He might have, Brandon, I don't think that was Fox. Could have possibly been Tyler Hicks and that bunch maybe.
It's hard to remember.
The years go by so fast. But, so you got about 28, 30 players out right now?
I think when we first started, we had 32. I think at the last practice we had like 28. So if anybody's listening, needs information, just look us up on that site. It's pretty easy to find.
Go to Facebook and Clinton Middle School football.
I mean, we've got some exciting. We got a good schedule.
We'll talk a little bit about your schedule there, Coach Leonard. You open up August 6th at home against Robertsville.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one. I think they won the league last year. I don't think they lost the game, to be honest with you.
Right, they did bring home the championship last year, defeating Norris, if I'm not mistaken. Then you travel then you're home again against Loudon. You have 3 straight road games, Spring City, Webb School, and CAK. I believe CAK is probably a conference game.
Yes. Everybody's in the conference except for Webb. That's just the pickup game that we picked up.
So Loudon and Spring City.
Yeah, Spring City joined this league this year. So that's going to be a good road trip.
That's down Ray County country.
Yeah. Play some good football down there.
Yeah, I'm sure they got some good football. Shout out to Scotty Harrell, the new principal at Ray County High School. So former Dragon, doing good in administration. Take a week off then, and you come home to play Lenore City. And your last 2 games are at Jefferson and then at Norris to complete the season. So you have 7 games, so pretty good. Looks like 8 games. Looks like a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah,
pretty competitive.
Yeah, that league seems to be pretty tough. I mean, Coach No does an excellent job at Norris. You just got to take your hat off to him. He's been doing it for a long time. Robertsville, Jefferson, it's like every other year one of them's the top dog. CAK, private school, they throw the ball around. Like I said, when I went to that meeting, Coach No wasn't there when they voted Spring City in, but Spring City, I've seen them play before. That's a tough football team. That's going to be some of them's going to bloody your nose if you let them.
So the football season for Clinton, for the middle school is scheduled August 6th to kick off, so that's about a month and a half away of that, if that much. So it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, Sleepy, I don't know. Like I said, I probably need to reach out to Coach No. I know Coach Ward, I think, tried to reach out with our league president about maybe possibilities of maybe pushing some games back, because middle school football in this league starts very early. August 6th is very, very early.
Right, it is very early. Seems like everything gets pushed up, and August is, I think, now our hottest month of the year, seems like, and it wouldn't be a bad thing to push it back. You got an open date, throw it in there in September.
That's actually that open date, by the way, is actually the whole league's off that week. I mean, somebody could have filled them a game, but everybody in the league's off that week.
Okay, so that's possibly could push everything back there a week there, and probably another week or 2 there at the end of the season you could play with.
Yeah.
So I think that's what TSSAA is looking at for the high school division as well. It's still a lot to shake down in that category. I was talking to one of the officials, Leonard Scarborough, earlier in the week about it, and he said a lot of it just depends on the numbers, the COVID numbers maybe down in Memphis and Nashville. Everything's changing daily, but the whole state needs to be on board, and a lot of it's going to depend on that area down there as well. But right now we're going to take our second break, and we'll be back for the conclusion of the locker room chat, and appreciate everyone watching. So the phone line's still open. If you have a question for Coach Liner, then we'll be right back.
Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood is the premier pharmacy service location. Let our professional staff help with all your pharmacy needs, answer your questions, or help with your medication management with our Medicine on Time packaging system. We also offer medication therapy management to ensure you're receiving maximum benefits from your medication. Diabetes care is available with one-on-one consultations, or you can attend one of our monthly diabetes information classes. Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We buy it on the spot and we pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
Tennessee Barnes and Buildings in Jacksboro is having a grand opening on Saturday, June 20th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll have pony rides, a petting zoo, free gifts, hot dogs and burgers for everyone, and a car show from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Receive anywhere between 2 and 10% off any purchase. And as always, Tennessee Barnes and Buildings offers free delivery and setup. Absolutely no credit check, and all you need are 2 IDs and a proof of income, and you're approved. Guaranteed. So join us on Saturday, June 20th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the Tennessee Barnes and Buildings grand opening. Tennessee Barnes and Buildings, 2554 Jacksboro Pike, Jacksboro.
At Earl F. Subaru, providing exceptional customer service is what we do best.
and we've got the awards to prove it.
We've been recognized as Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. And again this year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. At Earl Duff Subaru, we're more than just a car lot. We're a retailer you can love and one that gives back to local causes. Check out our reviews, then come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
This month, all Outback, Forester, Ascent, Legacy, and Impreza models have available 0% financing with no payments for 90 days.
Muncie Pharmacy is your locally owned hometown pharmacy. They accept most insurances, so why go to the large chain pharmacies when you get better customer service at Muncie Pharmacy? Have a special prescription that needs compounding? Muncie Pharmacy can handle those needs as well. Muncie Pharmacy has a drive-through for your convenience and offers free delivery in the Oak Ridge area. And don't forget the gifts that we have available for all occasions.
Here at Muncie Pharmacy, we take the time to know you and treat you like family.
At OAB, we're committed to keeping you and your family safe. With the outbreak of the coronavirus, we understand you might be afraid to leave your house to get legal help. Now you don't have to. We can handle almost every aspect of your case electronically. Call 546-1111.
Hello, I'm Jason Pollan, Chief Administrative Officer here at Roan Medical Center. Now that all of our services are open, we're so excited to welcome you back. To help ensure your safety, we've enhanced our cleaning protocols, wearing masks, screening everyone, and practicing social distancing. So although we may look a little different, we still have the same skilled professionals you've been trusted with your care all these years, because you're our #1 priority and the reason we're here. We are ready to serve your healthcare needs. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Chat. Our guest is Jason Leonard, the assistant head coach of Clinton Middle School Hawks. And Jason, there's been a lot of talk about sixth graders playing middle school football. I know South Clinton dropped out of the VFL. Just talk about, is Clinton Middle, are y'all accepting sixth graders, or how's that work?
The rule for not taking sixth graders was there before, Coach Ward, of course, got there, but me and Coach Ward both, we support the Little Leagues, the Optimists. I mean, in a perfect world, if we could put together a full JV schedule, and we've done that before in the past when I was at Clinton Middle School, then, we'd be all pro for taking sixth graders, but it's not going to do a kid any do to just sit on the bench and not get much playing time. I mean, everybody knows that middle school football is a 7th and 8th grade sport. I mean, I've seen a few special sixth graders that's come out there, but they're far and few between, so.
Okay, let's go back to the phones. Go ahead, caller. You're on with Coach Jason Leonard. It looks like we got Coach No.
Hey, guys, how are you guys doing tonight?
How are we doing?
Doing good. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you a little bit. Go ahead.
It's better.
I hear you now. Go ahead.
Hey, I was calling in. You guys have had a great show tonight. A lot of action. I guess Jason gets everybody fired up over there in Dragonland.
That's right. Yeah, it's the most calls we've ever had. We couldn't hardly take a break.
That's good. That's good. Jason does a great job. He did a great job down at Norwood. He did a great job at Clinton with Coach Price before that. He's a pretty good fella, and I think a lot of him. He does a great job for you guys.
Yes, he does. He, he's really helped the youth programs in the area and also the middle school. He's coaching somewhere every year and does a great job.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So you guys are discussing whether sixth graders should play or not. Is that right?
Right.
What's your thought on it, Jason?
Well, before when I was there with, Coach Justice, we had a full sixth grade schedule. So, me, if we can get JV games, I think a sixth grader should play for us. But until we get there, you would probably be, looking at this schedule, you would probably be the only JV game I could probably get these kids.
Yeah, the Oak Ridge schools aren't big on the JV, but I'll tell you this, if we didn't have, we've got a really, really good group of 8th grade boys, but our 7th graders are going to play a lot for us this year, and if we hadn't had those guys last year, they'd be lost as last year's Easter egg. I mean, it'd be ugly if we didn't have those guys last year. We've always been a big proponent for the 6th grade, But coming out of this pandemic, I mean, it's really going to save our hide a little bit, having those guys catch 1,000 balls last year, each kid, you know.
Right. And you always seem to be loaded down there, Richie. What y'all putting in the water?
We offer free books and tuition. Anybody who wants to come, here we go. We're ready.
Right, but I see your point on that. You know, if you got the kids that want to come out there and play, and you know the sixth graders, they can learn a lot playing under you, and you know, get in the system. And I'm sure y'all do a lot of practice time with them, and maybe even some of them get some game time.
We do. We do some special things for our sixth graders. Usually, if we can't get a sixth grade game, and you know, Jason, you know how it is. You'll get 5 or 6 of those scheduled, and then everybody wants to cancel because, you know, middle school coaches, let's just call it what it is, get lazy late in the year. And when that happens for us, Coach Moog and Coach Sperling and I, we take our guys out on Sunday afternoon in between church, and while the defense or the offense meets with the varsity inside, we do a full-scale scrimmage out on Coach Gillum's turf. And Coach Terry's been great about, you know, opening the field for us and letting us have anything we need. And, you know, we get parents to work the chains. We turn the clock on. We have an announcer. You know, we just inter-squad each other if nobody will come play us.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I've gave your number to Coach Ward, so, I mean, you know me, I'm willing to do a JV game with you twice, you know what I mean? And,
oh, absolutely. Do it 3 or 4 times. I don't care who wins. Those reps are great for those kids.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing, too, Richie, is Clinton, you know, they have South Clinton, they have Clinton Elementary, and you have North Clinton. So the paradox is a little bit different in Clinton. You know, you've got 2-3 city 6th grade classes, so we only get, you know, what county kids that's coming in. So
that's true. You know, it is a different dynamic, and I remember Troy took them for a while, and Brian did too. And then for some reason it became in vogue to let those guys stay over and play Little League for y'all. Yeah. And I never thought that was a good idea, especially in the system that you know, the previous regime tried to run. It just didn't seem smart to me. But I like what y'all are doing now. It seems a lot more intelligent, a lot more straightforward.
But we will definitely have a few 6th graders, because we're definitely not going to turn any 6th grader that's aged out and cannot play Optimus ball. And you know, we may even take a 6th grader. You know, we just got to be honest with them. You know, I mean, right now we're trying to pull off a varsity schedule. I mean, I don't see anything other than maybe playing you twice. It'll be about the only JV thing I could forecast.
I mean,
there's guys on our schedule that will. I mean, CAK will play you. If he's got 12 kids, he'll play you. I mean, the league we're in now is light years better than the league we had before. The league we were in before, you know, I don't want to bang on anybody, but these guys make a concerted effort. You know, 5th quarters are a big deal with these guys. You just stay about an extra 30, 45 minutes and let those guys play like an overtime where it's all JV. You do 10 plays, we do 10 plays, and that's another way to get them another opportunity.
Well, Richie, we appreciate you calling in, and you do a great job up there at Norris, and so, you know, please call in again, maybe get you on the show.
Oh, we will,
year.
and, you know, up on this end, we watch your show religiously. You know, I've had a couple of texts about the guy who called in about us doing an illegal practice. I'd like to give a shout-out to our 7-on-7 coach, Chris Moog. He runs our high school 7-on-7, and, you know, there was a lot of hubbub about that, but the truth be known, he was up there running 7-on-7. So if that Coalfield guy could quieten down, it'd make this end of the county a little bit happier.
I understand that.
How's Trey doing?
There you go.
How's Trey doing, Coach?
Hey, thanks for asking about Trey. You know, it was neat to get your kid back during a pandemic and get to spend more time with him, and, you know, him be here around the house for an extra couple of months. He's doing real well academically, athletically. He's doing real well. He's been training with his brothers at Max Potential this summer, and they've been, you know, going over there and running like scalded dogs. And, you know, we've built a gym here in our garage, and he's doing real well. It's, you know, it's been good for our family to get him back, but, you know, I think he's kind of eager to get back over there.
Okay.
Good luck to Trey.
Yeah, good luck to Trey.
Hey, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you guys. Be careful.
Thank you. All right. We have to get off here now. Time's about up, but Jason, appreciate you coming on the show, and Good luck to the Hawks this year.
Thank you.
You've been watching the Locker Room Chat. Join us again next week.